In the universe, everything comes into existence with a beautiful order. The rotation of galaxies, the change of season, and some silent script hidden within human existence. But sometimes nature places an extra dot in this script, a small addition that changes the entire map of life. This is the moment when a child comes into the world with an innocence on their face, as if a secret has smiled and taken. Eyes with the same kind of sparkles, a face with a strange uniformity. It feels as though nature has molded many souls in a single mold. It is a mystery that science calls a mistake, but nature calls it will and wisdom. It is a secret that leaves many questions behind. If just one chromosomes can change a person's entire appearance, thinking, development, and perspective of the world, then where is a human being's true identity written? In the fine lines of DNA or in the silent beat of heart? On this thorny path of research, nature beyond the science has unveiled those hidden secrets that change the directions of millions of lives and prove that nature truly is a silent yet astonishing power before which science has no standing. Please subscribe this channel for watching more videos. This change is not something of yesterday, rather these astonishing transformations have appeared in children born since the very beginning of the world. The study of ancient statues, painting and skeletal remains reveals that thousands of years ago as well, children were born who looked alike, yet their existence were different, their countries were different, and their languages were different. At the time, humans did not know the reasons, nor had science advanced enough for any investigation to be possible. It was regarded merely as miracle of nature, and years of wonder were spent upon it. But as research progressed in the modern era, the world grew increasingly astonished. In the 19th century, these children were observed carefully for the first time. The heart-shaking fact was that children with identical facial features were seen in different places. Looking exactly the same, people were left biting their fingers in amazement at this mysterious creations of nature. And various discussions began in the society on this topic, some of which also became a cause of fear. Yet this was the moment when history began the world of science, and very soon under a powerful microscope in France, that lines of human destiny became visible, which plunged medical science into a new confusion. Was this lines a sign of addition or reduction by nature, or some silent message? One that appeared at the very first moment of the child in the mother's womb without any notice, without pain or distressing change. Nature accomplished something that still amazes science, because science has not of yet found an answer the why and the how. In 1896, a medical expert named John Langdon Down, born in England, who was working as the medical superintendent at an institution called Ellsworth Asylum for Idiots, began to think seriously about this human variation for the first time. He lived in an era when many children were dying due to mental, physical, and neurological diseases. A permanent disability was becoming their fate. John Langdon Down was not an expert in chromosomes or genetics, but during a few experiments and observation, he noticed astonishing physical change in some children. From there, a gender-related condition called a syndrome came into focus, and in honor of this physician, it came to be known as Down syndrome. There are many types of syndrome that exist within the human body with different conditions. Metabolic syndrome, a cluster of conditions: high blood pressure, high blood sugar, excess body of fat, abnormal cholesterol, that increase the risk of heart diseases and type 2 diabetes. Down syndrome, a genetic disorder in which there is an extra copy of chromosomes 21, which can result in delayed physical development and intellectual disability. Compartment syndrome, an obstruction of blood supply caused by increased pressure in a part of the leg arm after an injury. 63 years after the death of John Langdon, the real cause of this genetic change came to light, and humanity saw under the microscopes a terrifying aspect of its own life. This was the moment when the young French genetics doctor John Lejeune questioned the sign of change inside the brain and the cell, and then a new era of exhausting research began. As a result, many astonishing states emerged, leading to an outcome that still leaves the world amazed and perplexed today. The skin and brain cells of children with Down syndrome were presented in the laboratory and passed through the process of metaphase. This is a meticulous task in which all chromosomes are aligned in a straight row. The cells were washed with a special chemical that made it easier to count the chromosome. This was the first shocking incident in which chromosomes were counted. The count proved that while a typical human has 46 chromosomes, children with Down syndrome have 47 chromosomes each time. Is a chromosome number 21 that is extra, a condition known as trisby. Considering all these facts, it becomes evident that science has no status before the power of nature. Science counted the chromosomes, but it could not change nature's decision. One extra chromosome stunned science, yet observe nature's kindness here as well. Nature did not leave children with the Down syndrome alone on the common highway of life. Rather, to make them active, it also granted them the ability to create balance through certain guiding principles. Children with Down syndrome may not be genetically complete, but they can certainly be made capable of learning, working, and becoming active and respectable member of society. Down syndrome is not a mental illness. It is a slow pace of learning, not a lack of ability. If proper training is provided from childhood, such as speech therapy, physical exercise, and appropriate education, along with an environment of love and encouragement, and realistic goals are set according to their abilities, these children can successfully work in jobs, business, and various practical fields such as shopkeeping, the hotel industry, handicrafts, kitchens, office assistant, or family business. In fact, research shows that these individuals are often honest, assistant, and responsible. The real barrier is not their chromosomes, but society's attitude and despair, because these children are not useless, they are made useful.